Sempt3x, so going in with Swellow to start with. It is threatening to Mamoswine, but like if Mamoswine's like a banded set, you can probably kill it with Ice Shard. Yeah, Ice Shard coming out, doing some damage to Conk. I guess so. Mamo is Life Form, which mean that he can potentially kill Conk, which is not happening. Drain Punch coming out, question mark, it is. Doing definitely some brutal damage to Rotom. Is there something that wants to switch into Drain Punch? Definitely not. Yeah, I guess Drain's just a play nonstop. But he went for Fakudi. So Conk is going to be rendered useless there. That being said, it opens the way for a Lucha to actually be extremely annoying. Actually, the Bolt Cup Alucha right now would be so strong, just crazy. Mamoswine can basically just take the kill, which is fine. Bold Rotom, current offer is 65 mid. Alright, so Mamoswine's a threat right now. It's not something common, but it's still something that can be very, very good. Like Mamoswine, not so great against stall, like the current meta stalls that we see, but it's doing really, really well against balanced teams usually. Okay, so Air Balloon, E-Tran, very threatening. That being said, Unluckycherry has a lot of switches for E-Tran, like his own E-Tran, for example. I think that Earth Power would probably be the play. Earth Power on Darmanitan would be pretty rough. Flash Cannon coming out. So Earth Power is much more preferred over Flash Cannon simply because you don't really need Flash Cannon for anything, especially not something like Cliff Fireball, for example, because you can like just taunt it and kill it with things like Magma Storm or okay, so okay. So E-Tran has its own balloon. Usually Balloon E-Tran is a niche set, but it feels like it's the trend lately on P1. But yeah, Flash Cannon would break the balloon, but it's like Balloon E-Tran is just there to counter other E-Tran because you resist Toxic, the fire moves, and Earth Power. But I don't know. It's you rely on E-Tran being, yeah. So Earth Power coming out. E-Tran's gonna be dead right there. At least the balloon is out. So now it goes Lendo. There's literally nothing that wants to switch into EQ thanks to Conkeldurr killing Rotom, the poor shiny Rotom that is sold at 65 million. The final's gonna be best of 5, by the way, guys. So EQ coming out. We're probably gonna see Mamoswine coming back, and honestly, it feels like Mamoswine this game MVP big time. The play would probably be Ferrothorn, but if Sempt3x goes Ferrothorn, like Cherry has a lot of switch for it. It kind of feels like Cherry's team really counterpicks Sempt3x teams a lot, and especially since Sempt3x kind of used way too many flying types. So having Mamoswine in this matchup is completely crazy. Like you just need to preserve the Mamoswine for later, and you'll get this pretty easily. Leech Seed coming out, which is fine, but now no one wants to switch into Lava Plume. I think that his only way to win would be to have like a potentially depending on the EV investment, I think that Lucha could like live the Ice Shard and Drain Punch Mamoswine back. Now he just did. Okay, so that was the last thing you wanted to do, and he got the burn too. Okay, so the last thing you wanted to do is get Chip on Lucha, simply because Lucha is the only thing that could have helped him win. And Ferrothorn is useless this match because of the heavy presence of fire in Cherry's team. I don't see Sempt3x winning at all, because like if he managed to bring Lucha and SD, he could have won, but switching directly into his win con kind of throw him off. Like Swellow would have been like, if you really thought that he needed the Ferrothorn, which you don't, he could have gone into Swellow instead, and because like Swellow is really just not useful this game because Venusaur is gonna outspeed it regardless. And Swellow is also gonna get destroyed by even Dormanitan because it's scarfed. And yeah, so like Swellow's dying from everything beside like Torkoal, but even then Torkoal may be like, you know, Spadef invested. So yeah, we're gonna see Dormanitan just close the game here. Yeah, if Sempt3x want to win, you'll need to not stack so many weaknesses. I guess you can go for a Volt Switch simply because Rotom really oh, actually, hold up. So I have. Yeah, so it's Unluckycherry that started Rotom, which is a great start. Drain Punch doing fine. With the burn, it's going to do much more. But yeah, I was confused. So like Rotom would have been good against Cherry's team for both the Ice immunity and Ground immunity. I mean, Ice resist and Ground immunity. So like, it's just a mess. Like, the reason Mamoswine is not seen as much as it used to be is because of Rotom, basically. Because it's a really savage counter, and Rotom is super common. That being said, Furrow is fine there. It's gonna invite a lot of things like Torkoal, potentially. Yeah, Torkoal is out. Torkoal will be able to Rapid Spin the Hazards as well, forcing out Ferrothorn. Cherry doesn't have a lot of switch, you know, like defensive pivots, but he can definitely use his Rotom to just like pivot around a little bit, bring back, you know, relevant things. I think that at this point, he could just Rapid Spin, breaking the Air Balloon as well. He's gonna take nearly no damage because Sempt3x doesn't have Earth Power, so regardless if it's a Fire move or Flash Cannon, Torkoal will tank it pretty easily. Okay, so he switched his moveset for Earth Power, which is great. Torkoal lives it still. It looks like Torkoal doesn't have that much Spadef investment, I think. Or Etron is super, especially like special attack invested. That being said, now Cherry just needs to go into something like Rotom, and then bring his sweepers. Oh, he did have Earth Power last match? God dang it. Okay. I see how it is. But yeah, that Rotom is really sexy. It's gonna be a neat. Okay, so Lendo coming out. Lendo is not a sheer counter. Simply, okay, Defog is gonna help. It's not a sheer counter because you can always just like Hydro Pump, and it's like at this point Rotom can basically predict to switch and go for Volt Switch instead. Or Hydro, if you think Slender is just gonna actually try to stay in. But I think Volt Switch is fairly safe, yeah. So Lendo is going out. Will we see... Okay, Pharaoh. Thing with Pharaoh is that every time he can Volt Switch and go back into something else, now he can go... okay, E-Train is fine. I think that at this point, he could have easily gone into something like Venusaur and claim some kills. That being said, his Venusaur probably has Earthquake, so it's not going to take out Ferrothorn as easily. So he probably wants some chip on Ferrothorn before really like going ham with the Venusaur. Chipping, okay, so chipping Torkoal a lot helps because now if rocks are on the field, Torkoal cannot come back and set the weather again. Triple attack plus rocks is fair. It's just that. Okay, so I will see if it was worth it in the long run. Because if you went for no, I still have the balloon, I think. Yeah, I still have the balloon. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's a pretty rough match because like you really value the rocks, but now what? Okay, so Venusaur can definitely switch now. Arig, if it's a moderator and P1, it's not related to the tournament, so you should probably just take it to a GM. But yeah, otherwise just PM Sever, it'll take care of it. If it's for the tournament itself, or like the mods in chat.
So please ignore, it has nothing to do. This tournament has nothing with the step things to do.
Okay, so we have E-Trend dying now, which is fine. Conkeldurr will be able to do... It's hard to say what Conk will be able to do, because like now Unluckycherry can definitely go into Rotom, Defog, so we can bring back Torkoal. Yeah, Arig, it's not the place. You need to contact the GM. It kind of feels like Sempt3x is going out of option. I mean, Defog is out, which is fine, but now Torkoal will be able to come back as it pleases, and like Sempt3x team will lack the speed to kind of compete with Venusaur. Venusaur may be stopped a bit by Ferrothorn, but I still doubt it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So Mach Punch is not going to do anything, but Darm will probably lock itself into Flare Blitz. Yep, so Mach Punch was the play. Get some more chip on Darmanitan. That being said, Mamoswine still is not out yet, and it will destroy everything. While Darmanitan can actually just like claim once Ferrothorn goes back. I think it would be a good idea to save Darm, bring it back into Ferrothorn later. EQ's fine, but now Torkoal will let something else come in for free. I think at this point, he brings back Darm. I feel like he should have kept Darm for Pharaoh later, but it depends on the Venusaur set. Also, Mamoswine is going to be extremely annoying. Like, if we're real, it's unlikely that... Oh wow, okay. So Darm is actually alive. That's rough. But yeah, it's unlikely that Ferrothorn will be able to killed both Venusaur and Mamoswine, but the game was much closer than last time. The thing is, like, Swellow should be removed. Like, honestly, it's a big hindrance for the team. Like I said, he's just going for a bit more recovery. I don't get it. Ferrothorn was the only way to maybe, depending on his opponent's set, to win. Like Swellow's literally a weight for the team. Sacking Swellow to bring in Ferrothorn would have been the play. Now Venusaur is just gonna outspeed and kill. And if it's not the case, you know, Mamoswine would have been able to kill it regardless.